Hello again, Year 9. In this lesson, we are going to be starting to introduce angle rules for calculating angles in diagrams. We won't be doing any measuring with protractors. It is all going to be done with calculation today. So a good opportunity for you to show me how good you are either with your mental maths or some of the written methods, subtractions, additions that we were doing earlier in the year. So in our second lesson on angles, we're going to be looking at two angle rules today. The two rules that we're going to be using are angles on a straight line. And the angles on a straight line, for example, in this diagram, A, B, and C, the angles on a straight line would add up to make 180 degrees. You might recall a protractor, which is a semicircle, goes all the way around from 0 to 180. So angles on a straight line always add up to 180 degrees. The other angle rule that we're going to be using today are angles that meet at a point. And angles that meet at a point have to add up to 360 degrees. So in this diagram here, E, F, G, and H, those four angles would all add up to 360 degrees. So let's have a look at some questions using these two rules and how you're going to set out your working out in your books today. So if you've managed to print out the sheet, you will have space to do all the working out beneath each of these three diagrams. If you're alternatively drawing them in your book, you can draw out the diagram and do the working out at the side. So in our first example, we have got a straight line. So we know that these two angles must make 180. Well, I've already got 75 degrees here. So if I wanted to work out A, I need to see what is left from 180. So I will be doing 180 take away 75. Okay, now if you can do that in your head, that is not a problem. Just do it in your head. And 180 take away 75 leaves 105 degrees. And what you'll notice is that I only put degrees on my final answer, not every single number. If you were thinking, I don't think I can do that in my head, then it's perfectly acceptable, and you'll see this in my answers today, to do a calculation using some place value. So 180 take away 75, or 0 take away 5 I can't do. So I'm going to exchange a 10 and get 10 units. 10 take away 5 is 5. 7 take away 7 is 0. And 1 take away nothing is 1. 105. In my second example, we are still dealing with a straight line, but this time it's split into 3. So if I'm going to work out what is left for B, I need to see what I've used already. I need to add these two angles up. So let me just quickly add those and see how much we have used. So we've got 32 degrees and we're adding 61. And yes, I might be able to add this in my head, but I'm going to use a little bit of place value. 2 add 1 is 3, and 3 add 6 is 9. So those two angles add up to 93 degrees. So if I want to know what is left for B, I need to do 180 take away 93. And this time I will do this one in my head, but if I wasn't happy, I could do a place value subtraction. I know 180 take away 90 leaves me 90, so subtract 3 more is 87 degrees. And for every question that you will do for me today, there should be a little bit of working out. It might just be written down like this, where you've done it in your head, or it might be that you are doing some written method calculations. Let's look at a final example. So in this question, we do have angles at a point. Okay, we've got this angle is 18, this angle is 23, and all of this reflex angle is 222. So if I'm going to see what is left for C, I need to add these three things up first. So again, I'm going to use a written method for that. Make sure you line up your numbers in the right columns. I know that 2 at 8 is 10, add 3 more is 13, so I'm carrying 1. 2 and 2 is 4, add 1 is 5, add the extra 1 is 6, and there is only a 2 in the hundredths column. So I'm going to do C is 360, take away 263. Well, I know that 360 take away 260 would be 100. Take away 3 more, leaves 97 degrees. So you're going to be doing some questions for me. For each of these questions, obviously do as many as you can in the time that's remaining. I'd like you to draw out a diagram. I'd like you to show me some working out. You can access these questions via the PowerPoint link. So go back to my instructions, please. And of course, if you have any questions, you can ask in the Ask the Teacher channel.